So let's go ahead and get started in our child's pose position. So you'll have your knees shifted out wide, your big toes in close, and you'll reach your chest forward and do some shifting out of your hips and ribs to get started, just to start getting some motion, opening up that space between the ribs. And then we'll slowly start reaching our foreheads toward the floor and crawling our fingertips forward, getting that nice lengthening from the tailbone all the way to your fingertips. And then we'll settle into that space. We'll take a nice deep breath and exhale. Again, inhale, reach a little further forward, sit that tailbone back a little deeper. One more inhale. Then on your next exhale, shift your weight forward, slide your hands under your shoulders, bring your knees in, and then shift your hips side to side, wagging your tail, but nice and deep. So you really push over to one side and the other. So we should feel that through that outer hip space. One more time there. And then we'll settle our hips evenly over our knees, tuck your toes, press away from the ground and sit the weight of your hips toward your heels. Feeling the arches of the feet. You're welcome to bring your hands in closer or even onto your thighs if your arches tolerate that. Just kind of feel that nice open space. Then we'll come forward again, tap out the tops of the feet, just because it feels good. And then we'll take our left fingertips and reach them out in front. Now push away, reaching back into your hips, but then slide your right hand, palm up underneath, and start lowering your right shoulder toward the floor. Turning your head so you're looking underneath your left arm. So just getting into that shoulder space. Now take those left fingertips and try to crawl them over your left ear. So your bicep comes over your ear. Still sit back into your hips and find your breath there. Then take those left fingertips and bring them in under your left shoulder. Push away from the ground with your left hand. Take your right arm and reach to the sky. Then turn that right palm back and take the back of your right hand toward the outside of your left hip. Then try to nudge your right shoulder toward the sky. So you should feel that through the front shoulder space. We breathe, inhale and exhale. Then we release those right fingertips. They come out down the center of the mat. We start reaching those fingertips forward, but sending your hips back. Your left hand slides under, palm up, lowering your left shoulder toward the floor, the left side of your head. We keep reaching the hips back as those right fingertips then crawl to the left, trying to bring your bicep over your ear. And we breathe into that space. Should feel nice through that left shoulder space. One more inhale. Then we'll walk the right hand in under the right shoulder. As you press away, left fingertips reach to the sky. We turn the palm back. The back of the left hand comes toward the outside of the right hand. Then we nudge that left shoulder toward the sky. We're looking up. We breathe, inhale. Exhale, we release left hand up. We bring it back into table. Here we settle our hands under our shoulders, press away from the ground. Round your spine, cat spine. Nice open space between your shoulders there. Tuck your tailbone, soften your chin toward your chest. Then drop your ribcage down, shoulders back, lift your tailbone. Look forward and feel your hands pulling in toward your knees. Then you push your hands away to round a cat spine. Now here, maybe just nod your head gently side to side, giving that neck and upper shoulder space a deeper release. Then again, we'll drop the ribcage down, lift the collarbones, feel the palms pulling toward the knees. And then we'll settle into our table. We'll tuck our toes. Sit back into your heels. Walk your hands forward. Fingertips are spread wide, they're shoulder distance apart. And on our exhale, we'll shift forward, shoulders over hands. With those toes tucked, we lift the knees, we press, lift the hips, look back at the toes. Palms pushing forward, tailbone high, heels down low. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale. One more inhale, tailbone a little higher, heels a little lower. Then we'll come out to our full plank. Have that nice toned belly space. Palms pulling toward toes, lengthening through the back of the neck. Then we'll press away, lift those hips down, dog. One more inhale. Now this time we'll soften our knees, look forward, and move toward the front of your mat. As you do, check to make sure your feet are hip distance apart. Soften your knees, let your arms fold over the top of your head. Forward fold. Take a breath, inhale. Then bring your hands to your shins and lengthen through that spine. Tailbone reaching straight back, top of your head reaching forward. Then we bend into the knees, move the hands to the thighs. We still have that long side waist as we drop the hips, lift your heart forward, tone your belly, engage your inner thighs, and then open palms sweep outward. Chair pose. So this open palm helps keep those shoulder blades off the ears. And then we'll release our arms, we'll press away from the ground, bring it all the way up. Here we'll bring our elbows wide. Open across the chest. This is goddess pose. A little bit of a back bend. Back of the hands are heavy. Then inhale, we reach top. Exhale, we will lower the shoulders. We bring the hands to the heart. And then we go back into our fold. We bring our fingertips to the floor. We step the left foot back. We wiggle the ball of that left foot away. And then we lower it to the floor. Drop the toes of the left foot under. Then you're going to take your right foot, you're going to heel toe it to the right. Leave your heel on the mat, but take your toes off the mat like 45 degrees. Then bring your right forearm to your right inner thigh. You're going to roll toward the pinky toe side of your foot. Reach your left hip forward, and you should feel that nice openness through that hip. Now, if bringing your left elbow to the floor supports that pose, go ahead there. And if you're using blocks, putting that left elbow on a block works really nicely as well. We'll take one more breath into that right hip. Then we'll bring our hands to the inside of the right foot. We'll bring our right toes back to the mat. We'll tuck the left toes under. Lift up that left knee. Now push off your right foot. As you come forward, step your feet out wide. So now both toes are out wide. You bring your hands to your thighs. Then start tipping your hips down and lifting your heart forward. So make sure your knees are tracking toward your toes. Maybe you drop your hips a little further and we'll shift just a little bit side to side. Then you bring your hands to those thighs, lift your hips high. Heel toe your feet back into your midline and then soften your chest. This time as you bring fingertips to the floor, over your right foot that will step back. You'll wiggle the ball of the foot, creating space. Then lower that right knee down. Drop the toes of your right foot under. We move our left foot over to the left, leaving your heel on the mat, but your toes off. Left forearm to left inner thigh. You roll toward the pinky toe side of that left foot. Right hip is reaching forward, left knee is reaching out. Maybe you bring that right elbow down or on a block. Or if you have a pillow or blanket, something there. We breathe, inhale, and exhale. Then we bring that left hand in. We move the right hand in, we move the left toes back to center. We tuck right toe, lift the knee. Push off the left foot, send your hips back. Then step that right foot out wide. So now adjust both feet so your toes are wide, hands to thighs. Lower your hips, lift your heart. Maybe you can bring your elbows to the inside of your knees. Pushing your knees out, lifting your heart still forward. We want our head to stay above the heart. Maybe you do a little shifting from side to side. Then we bring hands to thighs and we press left. Feels good to come up out of that. Here we find that forward fold again. Your feet come back to neutral. And then we bring our fingertips to the floor and step both toes back this time. We find that strong plank. We're toning that belly space. Press away from the ground, lift your hips down dog. Looking back at your toes, make sure you're wrapping your triceps back so your biceps turn forward. That opens that shoulder space so that your head and chest can reach closer to your thighs. Then we lift the heels. We come out to our plank. We tap our knees to the floor. Allow your elbows to hug the rib cage as you bring your ribs down. Soften your hips, shoulders back, elbows forward. Draw those shoulder blades down. Press the tops of your feet, lift your kneecaps. Feel the top of the head trying to reach the ceiling. Maybe you move your hands slightly back and lift those elbows up if that feels okay for your spine. We'll take a full breath, inhale. And exhale. Then we'll lower the ribcage down. Move the hands to the side legs. Tone your belly space. So pull belly button off forward. Press up to your knees. Tuck your toes. Plank. And then down dog again. We breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Soften the knees. Look forward. Move to the front of your mat. Again, feet are hip distance apart. Chest to thighs. We hold. Hands to shins, we lengthen, flat back. Then with softness in your knees, we move our hands to our thighs. We keep that long spine as we drop the hips down, lift the heart forward. Then open palms come out front. Now if that feels best for your shoulders with arms out in front, go ahead, stay there. Or maybe you are just lifting your arms toward your ears. Breathe, find the strength in those legs. Release your arms, fill it up, inhale to the side. Exhale, open into that goddess pose. A little more back bend this time. Inhale, reach up tall, fingertips to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Bring your weight to your left foot. Take your right foot, step it back. Then rotate open that right foot so your pinky toe is parallel to the floor. Bend your left knee. Bring your left forearm to that left thigh. Take your right arm, reach up and over. Now that whole right side lengthens as we look under. Side angle pose. We make our feet nice and strong. If you want a little more core work here, release that left elbow. Use that core to hold that upper body weight. We breathe, inhale. Now that right palm is going to pull to the back wall. Your left arm is going to come forward. Release your shoulders. Stack your shoulders over your hips as you find warrior two. Make those legs nice and strong. Hold, inhale. Now push away from your left foot, reach up tall for gentle warrior. Then exhale, release your arms behind your back. Do a nice shoulder roll away. Reach your knuckles toward the floor. Then bend that left knee again. Here, your left shoulder is going to come toward your left inner knee. Then you bow your head down and try to lift your arms away from your lower back space. Humble warrior. We breathe, inhale and exhale. Then we release our fingertips to the floor. You lift your right heel and rotate that right foot forward. Here we'll take that right hand and bring it to your left thigh. Then you'll take your left arm and reach straight over your ear. You really lift the sides of the waist. Bring your weight to your left foot. Take that right heel and see if you can push it to stand on the back wall. Left fingertips are reaching forward. We hold, inhale. Maybe your right arm reaches up with your left exhale. Warrior Inhale, we step our right toes back. We bring our fingertips to the floor. Shift your weight, step your left foot back. Press away from the ground, lift your hips down dog. Look back at your toes. Push your palms forward. Lift your heels, come out to your plank. Choose knees or toes here, elbows come in. Lower your hips, pull your shoulders away. Maybe you bring elbows forward for Sphinx pose. Press the feet, lift the kneecaps. Maybe cobra with elbows close to ribs, heart lifted. Or if you prefer an up dog, hands under shoulders, you lift from there. Maybe pressing through the tops of your feet, you feel your kneecaps get lighter. We breathe, inhale. Exhale, we lower. Hands are still to the side raised. We tone the belly, right? So that front hip bones lift off the floor. Press through your knees, to your toes, to your down dog. Inhale, we breathe. Exhale, we deepen. We lift the heels, look forward, move to the front of your mat. We meet in our forward fold again. Spread those toes, let your head and chest hang heavy. Find your breath. Bring your hands to your shins. Find that nice long spine. Then give your knees softness, but keep your long spine. Drop your hips down, reach your arms out front, roll those shoulders back. And if that over the ear arm position works nicely for you, breathe in. Feel your inner thighs engage. Then release your arms, fill it up. Inhale. Wide elbows out, thighs close. Inhale, we reach. Hands to heart, we soften. Weight to your right foot, left foot does the big step back. We take the toes of the left foot, we rotate them over. We bend into that right knee. We lower that right forearm down. Sweep your left arm up and over. So we're lengthening that whole left side from fingertips to toes. Maybe you release that right elbow to get more core work in it. We hold in. That left arm pulls to the back, lifting your shoulders over your hips. Your right arm comes forward, shoulders release. But then we strengthen the arms, strengthen the legs, warrior two. Feel your feet actively pushing away from each other. Then inhale, push up right foot, reach up top. Let your arms release behind your back. Thumbs are toward your tailbone. Shoulders pull away, knuckles reach toward the floor. Then we rebend that right knee. We lower the right shoulder to the inside of the knee. We bow the head. Then we work towards floating those arms away from the lower back. To whatever degree works for you. We hold, inhale. And exhale. Then we release our fingertips, both sides of right foot. We lift left heel, rotate that hip forward. Then we bring that left hand to that right thigh. We reach the right arm out front, really stretching it forward. Bring your weight to your right foot. When you're ready, try to keep hips and shoulders balanced as that left heel lift flexes to the back wall. Right fingertips continue to reach. Think like you're leaving a footprint with your left foot. Maybe your left arm then comes out front, but it's just an option. If you have a block, you're always welcome to put a block down on the floor to help support. We hold in. Then we gently lower the left toes down. Bring the hands down to the floor. Shift your weight forward, step your right foot back. Press away from the ground, lift your hips down, dog. Look back at your toes. Inhale, come forward to your plank. Choose knees or toes here, elbows in, hips drop, shoulders pull away. Sphinx, cobra, up dog. Your breath inhale. Exhale, we lower. Tone belly space, hands to the sideways. Tuck knees or toes, we press. Then we bring our knees wide and we slide our hips into child's pose. Very nice. Go ahead and let your forehead rest. If your forehead isn't touching the floor and relaxing, then fold your hands in. or fist in, and let your head rest there. Then maybe if your forehead is to the floor, you might choose to bring your arms behind. Find that position that really settles your body. We take a long inhale through the nose. Then we take a long sigh, we go. Again, inhale, we fill it up. Exhale, we sigh away. Then we reach our hands forward. We're going to move through this series one more time, but with a little more vinyasa, right? Nice and smooth flow. Exhale, shift forward. Tuck your toes up and through, down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, move to the front of your mat. Soften into your fold. Inhale. Hands to shins, we lengthen flat. Then we bend the knees, sweep the arms, lift the heart, chair pose, maybe arms over ears. Then we push away, we fill it up, inhale. Exhale, open to your bodies. Inhale, fingertips to the side, hands to heart. Weight to left foot, right hip does that long step back. Then we rotate open that right hip, we bend the left knee. Left forearm comes down, right arm reaches up and over, long side body, side angle. Maybe left elbow up. Right arm pulls back, left arm comes forward, shoulders release, warrior two. Strong feet there. Press off left foot, reach up tall, gentle warrior. Arms behind the back, shoulders release. Left knee bends, left shoulder comes down, we bow. Arms lift away from lower back space, humble warrior. Inhale, release fingertips to floor. Lift right heel, rotate forward. Right hand, left thigh. Shift your weight forward as you reach your left fingertips. Push off left foot, right heel reaches to back wall. Maybe release right arm, it's an option, or use a block. Hold, inhale. Right toe steps back, fingertips to floor. Shift forward, step back, find your plank. Exhale, lift, press down, dog. You're a vinyasa here, choose what you like. Come forward, knees or toes, elbows, hips, shoulders back, up dog, cobra, sphinx. Inhale, we lower. Hands move to the sideways, we tone the belly, press away from the ground, knees or toes. Exhale, lift down dog. Full breath, inhale, tailbone high. Exhale, heels down low. Soften your knees, look forward, hands and toes, front of your mat. We fold. Hands to shins, we lengthen flat back. Exhale, bend your knees, sweep your torso up, chair pose. Toned waistline, inner thighs. Release the arms, press lift. Exhale, open, goddess. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to heart. Weight to right foot, left foot does the big step back. We rotate, open those left toes. Bend the right knee, right forearm down. Left arm reaches up and over. Strong legs, maybe right elbow comes up. Side angle, pose. Left arm pulls back, shoulders back, right arm forward, warrior two. Strengthen the legs, reach to the fingertips. Push off right foot, reach up tall, gentle warrior. Lift left heel, rotate to the front. Left hand to left thigh. Shift forward as you reach your right fingertips. Left heel flexes to the back. Maybe left arm comes forward. Try to square shoulders and hips. Warrior three. Left toe step back. Fingertips move to floor. We shift forward, step back, find your plank. Exhale, press up and through, down dog. Again, choosing your options here. Inhale, come forward, knees or toes, elbows in, hips drop, shoulders back, up dog, cobra or sphinx. Inhale, we lower. We tone the core space, knees or toes, we press. And we go to down dog one more time. Deep breath. Inhale, lift your tailbone, release your chest. Exhale, sink your heels. Then we'll lift our heels high, settle the knees out to that outer width of your mat, settle back into your hips, chest and forehead come toward the floor. Child's pose. Maybe some shifting out of hips and ribs here. Maybe you move your arms to the sides of your body. We take a long breath and we release. Exhale. And we'll gently tone that belly space around the spine up. Bring your legs and hips around. Making sure you've got plenty of mat behind you. Bring your knees with you as you roll to your shoulders. Allow the back of your head to rest. Soften your jaw, relax the space around your eyes. Grab onto your knees and just draw some nice circles. And then circle the other way. Then we'll drop our arms out wide, palms up. Take your right leg, cross it over your left, just like you're sitting cross-legged in a chair. Then you use your right knee to pull your left knee over to the right side. Try to keep your left shoulder flat to the floor and turn your head to the left. Now, if that position doesn't feel nice for you, take your right ankle off and use your right hand to pull the left knee over instead of the right leg. All right, so listen to your body. If it feels more comfortable in one pose, then feel free to mix it up. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Now you will use your left leg to pull your knees back to center. You'll uncross your right, cross left over right, squeezing those knees, inner thighs, and then that left knee pulls that right knee and hip over to your left side. Your right shoulder tries to stay flat. Again, always feel free to use the option of using your left hand to pull the right knee over and releasing the left leg if that feels better for your hips or knees. We breathe in. Exhale. You're looking to your right there. And then we'll gently pull those knees back to center. Untangle the legs. Maybe you just bring your knees out wide, reach toward your toes for happy baby. You can have hands to calves or ankles or wherever it works for you. Or if you prefer, toes to the sky. Toes go up, arms go up. The weight of your body feels like it's all sinking into your mat here. We take a long inhale through the nose. Exhale, we sigh away. Then we'll gently lower the toes down. Choose to either position your legs in butterfly, bottoms of feet together, knees wide, or knee knock, inner knees together, pinky toes on the outer edges of your mat. Or corpse pose, legs extended, palms open to the side, or palms down on your belly. Or you can have open elbows around your head. Then I just want you to try to sip in, inhale in through your nose, and try to fill your lungs completely. Once your lungs are full, gently exhale through your nose, slowly pushing that air out until your lungs completely empty. Then again, that long, slow inhale, filling into your chest space, expanding those lungs. And that slow, controlled exhale through the nose. The full body still feels relaxed. Then with our next breath, we'll just start adding light movement to our fingertips and toes. And then our ankles and wrists. And if you want to stay and do a few more minutes in your shavasana, always feel free to do that. If you're ready to come back up, bend your knees in, gently windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Then draw your knees into your chest. Feel your tailbone slightly lift away from the ground, lengthening that lower back space. We'll take a long breath in here. Exhale it out. Then any manner that works best for you, we'll gently move ourselves into a comfortable seat. As you find your sits bones, stack your spine, lengthen the side of your waist, but release those shoulder blades, turn your palms open, and feel free to have legs out, whatever feels best for you. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, shoulder blades draw into your back pockets. Inhale, fingertips to sky. Exhale, hands to heart. And it's with a gentle bow forward that we say, Namaste. Great work. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.